So one day, one of the people, they opened an inquiry, and the inquiry was like this. You're driving on the road with a car, and a worm, a rain worm, a small worm is passing the road. What will you do? People say, who sees even, keep going. Say, okay, you're driving on the road, and a small cat is passing. What will you do? So people say, well, if I see it, I will stop. Hey, what about a dog? I will stop. What about a human? I will stop. And then the question is, why? Why do you stop to a cat? Why do you stop to a dog? Now the point is, it was almost Zen Buddhistic. He didn't answer the question. Now this was wise, because I was asking myself, why do I actually stop when there is a dog on the road, providing nobody is behind me? I need to be not naive, but... And one day I discovered why. Now the moment I discovered why, it intensed the reason to do it. By the way, in this way I saved a dog that was wounded on the road. Took me time to stop, going back with reverse, and this dog lived with us for at least 14 years later. But I realize here in Israel there are many turtles that are walking on the road, and turtles are walking really slow. And as I was going by, I realized I want to help them. Why do I want to help them? Because of what that person told me. Why is it important? And then I realized why. And it's to do with responsibility of us as human. Because what I came to understand, that animals are perfectly living in their environment, on the ground, on the trees, but these highways is made of, I don't know how you call it, asphalt, how do you call it?
Asphalt, yeah.
Asphalt, they are cut away from the planet and they are lost there. This is human domain. So at least it is my responsibility as representative of the human race to help them to pass to the other side. The first turtle took me 300 meters, say, okay, next time. The second turtle, I saw him and the responsibility jumped to me. I stopped and ran back. Today I see them from far away. I stop, take the turtle who is moving his leg in the air and put it to the other side, and they can run quick when they want to. But it doesn't stop here, because I discovered I'm not the only one. Somehow it caught fire without speaking about it, and other people do the same. They stop, take the turtle to the other side, and keep going. Now, this is an example of improving one's own standard, connection to the world, and what I can contribute to it. Even if it's very small, just passing turtles from one side of the road to the other.
Yes. Yeah, and again, it resonates with something, and it's just like a good story. There's a moment, it rings like a bell, that there's something in what the guy asked, and there's something in that action that resonates with the quality of care, doesn't it? And kindness, care and kindness, and wanting things to be right, and wanting things to be better. There's a kind of formula I came across in looking at stories, which is, there's always a kind of normal things are well scenario, and then there's some sort of challenge. There's something not right, something bad might happen, or there might be some difficulty, and this is a kind of classic story formula. And then the hero or heroine has to find the quality. They have to find it in themselves. You get these expressions, curious expressions in English, like you had to find it in yourself to stop the car and help the turtle.
Yeah.
It's not that easy. I mean, because this is the point. We're talking about something that facilitates something That's not
Yeah.
that easy, which is
Yeah.
to actually grow these qualities. And sometimes a story is kind of like a coat hanger. It helps you find that shirt again. Helps you find that quality of care. It encapsulates it and makes it like the story of patience. If I just say, "Oh, I need patience," it doesn't somehow bring me back to the essence of it. But that story does bring me back to the essence of it and the importance of it.
Yes. And it may remind you a similar story that you go through, and this is why people are ignited, because suddenly it reminds them exactly the same thing, and
Yes.
a chain of experience is appearing.
Yes, and you know, in the end, the story of a person's life, when when they gather around you and they put you in the final little box and fare you well, they tell stories of you. Hopefully,
Yes.
they may do, and the stories are going to be stories that have qualities in them. They're not going to just tell the story that has no quality in it. So the whole of our life is a kind of gathering of stories and the living of a story, but
Yeah.
inside the story are qualities. And then going back to that formula, you find it in yourself, and the person in the story, the hero or heroine, gets over the problem. They beat the villain or whatever it is. They do what they have to do. And as a result, the impression is either things have come back to normal as they should be, or things have improved. And there are two longings in us. We do want things to be right. Like you want the child to be safe when he sleeps at night. You want to tuck him. Maybe you've told him a story and he's gone.
Yes.
And we long for things to improve.
Yes. Yes. Yes.